What's going on, guys? Right here at the Lions Den. Just got done hitting some back. Another quick tip on back. Pull-ups, and I'll keep saying this, pull-ups, pull-ups, pull-ups. Master it. When you're doing back, make sure you're working the width and you're also working the thickness. Back is made up of width and thickness, okay? So after doing a width workout, which is exercise, which is pull-ups, lat pull-downs from the front, from the back, those are width. You wanna go right into a thickness. Seated rows, barbell rows, T-bar rows. So that's just a quick tip for back. And when it comes to your abs, focus on your diet. Anyways, so should you move for a girl? I have, all right? Moving to Gainesville, back in 2019, November 30th, okay? I had just turned 25, November 7th. And that year, 2019, a lot of things happened. I competed in my second bodybuilding show on steroids. I won my class, I won my division, and then I started training from like pretty much April back off drugs, April till now, like off drugs. I never took drugs again. After I got done competing, I actually got off steroids 2 weeks before my show. So that was the last time I ever took gear at all. So 2019, April 2019. Now, coming to November, I was still working out. I had a few clients. My girlfriend at the moment was like, hey, I'm done living here in West Palm Beach. I have no friends, I don't like it here. It wasn't West Palm Beach, it was her. It was always her. Because if you have no friends, it's because you don't serve anybody. You don't serve anybody. And so she's like, I'm moving back to Gainesville, where she was originally from. She's like, I miss my friends, yada, yada. And so I was left with two choices. I was like, do I stay here and my girlfriend that I love moves away? Or do I go with her? And two of my best friends lived here in Gainesville, Victor and TK. They were both living here. My boy Victor, who if you go back into my YouTube channel, there's a lot of workout videos with me and Victor. Me and Victor love working out. And so I was telling Victor about it, and he's like, bro, you can come live with me. I have a spare bedroom, yada, yada. So I'm like, okay, I have somewhat of a plan. Like, I'm not just moving for her, but the reason I am moving is because she's deciding to move. And I'm like, I don't want her to go. Like, I love her. I'm like, fuck. But dude, and here's a huge another red flag. Just throw them to, another red flag was pretty much, it was like, hey, I'm moving with you or without you. Simple as that. So like that was the sign that relationship was pretty much over already. So what I did is I pretty much canceled the clients that I already had. I packed everything in my car. I was living at my mom's house still. I packed everything in my car and I drove here to Gainesville, which is about a 4-hour drive. Drove here to Gainesville and I got here. Now, should you move for a girl? So I moved for her and my two friends, but if she would have never decided to move here, I would have never came here. So I did move for a girl. Now, the thing with that is once I moved here, I gave November, December, January, 2 months after moving here, I was reunited with some of my friends who have been friends with me for a very long time, but they hadn't seen me in like 2-3 years. And pretty much the whole time I was with this girl. And so when they saw me, they just saw a different Alex, because the Alex they knew, full of confidence, full of life, full of I was this self-esteem high, self-respect. When they saw me, they were like, they noticed my confidence was low, my self-esteem was low, my self-respect. Why? Because I was with a woman who also had those qualities. She really didn't have high confidence, high self-esteem, and so it didn't make me feel better. On top of that, down south, I didn't have many friends, and I wasn't going out with any girls. I was really just bodybuilding in this girl and half-ass job. And so when I made the decision to move here, I had the intentions of moving here and continue doing YouTube. That was gonna be my thing, and continue bodybuilding. But 2 months after being here, my friends, I was hanging out with my friends. I was having a bunch of fun. When I would hang out with her, it would just be kind of depressing. It would be anxious, she'd be complaining. And I realized that this wasn't for me. So my friends gave me the confidence to end this relationship. On top of that, I'm gonna be honest. This is a college town, so my options, because where I came from was down south, there's a lot of older people. I didn't go out. I was really strict in bodybuilding. I was eat, sleep, train, so there was no other, I wasn't hanging around other girls. I was just focused on bodybuilding. When I came here and I wasn't looking forward to a show, there was a lot more options with women. So there was a lot more options. And so for me to say no to her, to break up with her, I broke up with her 2 months later after being here. I'm like, I'm done. But why did I do it then? I had my boys and I saw other options. Back down south, she was the only person I really had. I had my mom and my grandma, but I only hung out with her. So I want you to know one thing too, like if you're in a relationship and this is the only girl you're hanging out with and it's not going very well, don't think you don't have other options. Okay, so when I came here, I broke up with her. And so was it a good idea to move here? Well, the way I look at it is this way. 3 years later, this is my 3rd year being here. I have my own gym. I have my own apartment. I have my dog. I have great relationships. And I came here with $300 to my name, with all my clothes in my car, no gym, nothing. I came here with nothing. $300. My buddy, my boy Victor, gave me a pass on the first month's rent. He's like, bro, you don't have to pay me first month. I know you just got here. Just get your money up. I couldn't even afford my first month rent. So moving here, was it a bad idea? No, it wasn't. Look what I have now. If I would have never moved here, I also wouldn't have given myself opportunities or options to grow, to meet different people, to build something. Like maybe I could have had that option down south, but maybe I would have stayed just at my mom's house and just played it safe. But I moved here and I took a risk. I took a risk here of moving here with no job lined up, no money. I knew a handful of people when I first moved here and a girl. Like that's it. And so I took the risk on myself. Now, was it hard? Was it difficult? Absolutely. But was I resilient? Absolutely. And so if you think of moving with a girl, a couple options to weigh yourself is number one, like, is this woman really, no, even better. And look at your girl, okay? Now imagine that woman the same as she is for the next 30 years. Could you still be with her? If the answer immediately is no, then you shouldn't be with that woman because she's not gonna change. So if you can't see yourself with this woman, for that same type of woman, who she is now, and you can't put up with her for the next 30 years, then she's not the one. I remember reading that out of a book called The Way of the Superior Man. And immediately after I read that, I gave it a thought for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, oh, hell no, there's no way I could stay with her if she kept like this for the next 30 years. So there are signs. So don't avoid the obvious signs, man. But if you're going to move personally, do it, but know that you might have to fucking branch off and do your own thing. And for that, you gotta be a fucking hustler. And you gotta be able to hustle your way, talk to people, make your money, work on your fitness. But if you love her and you actually are a good fucking pair, make it work. If not, you'll find a way to make the best out of it. I moved here for a girl that I thought I loved, but I didn't really love. Horrible relationship, and I ended up way better when I came here. Now than when I first came here. So you got this, fam. Don't overthink it. Make it work. No matter what, tell yourself, no matter what, whether this works out or doesn't, I'm still gonna make it work because I'm that motherfucker. So that self-talk has to be fucking great. Thank you so much, guys. Love you.